Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to make burp cloths today. To make this burp cloths, I made two burp cloths. To make this burp cloths, I picked the same flannel fabric left over from the quilt. I showed you rag quilt few days ago. If you didn't see, if anybody missed it, I'd go to include that in the description. And I use the same flannel fabric left over. I have a half a yard left over, so half a yard is 18-inch length. So what I did is I cut the saw edges first, and I took two pieces of 12 inches each, and the rest I still have some more left over, so that I'll make something else with that and show you something some other day. But today I'm cutting two 12-inch width, 18-inch length pieces from the printed fabric, and also the plain fabric, also the same thing. We will take that blue. Okay, let me show you this one now. This is, I had it in my box, like ribbon box, for a long time. This is a piping for some other project I bought, it looks like, and it's been there for a long time. So I thought I have decided to use it on one of the burp cloth, but other one I'm going to do it plain. I cannot, that's not enough for both of them. So flannel is good for the burp cloth. I think it absorbs the very well, and because when the baby spits out after taking burp, like that need to be absorbed very well, and not mess the parent, whoever carrying the baby, and it should be soft for the baby too. So flannel is very good for the baby. It's very soft. So I have the solid one, like, no, it's not a solid actually, it's a plain blue one. Like, I have a little extra, probably when they are cutting whatever is left over they gave, looks like it's little more than 18 inches, so I'm cutting it off. We don't need that. I can use it somewhere. I never throw away any kind of pieces. So both of them are there. Like, I went ahead and ironed it and brought it back. Let's make the first one first. So I picked front piece and the back piece, both of them. Put the right sides together. And the piping goes in between, upside down. The roll part goes on the bottom side, and the plain side goes on the top, like, edge goes to the top with the edge of these two. Like, I pinned it all around and sewed it, leaving about 4-5 inches in the middle. So here I'm showing when you come to the corner, we didn't cut the corners round here. I just left it as in a rectangular shape. When it come to the corner, the button I showed you on the top, if I keep it pressed in my sewing machine, it's like that. Each sewing machine is different. So if you press that button, the needle goes down. You need to put the needle down and turn it over and redo it. I didn't pin all around because I was just showing you how to pin it. I didn't pin it all around because I'm comfortable doing it without pinning it sometimes, because if you are not very much comfortable, like, you've been not being doing this for a long time, it is hard for you. You won't be able to do it. So if you are new to sewing, so you always better do it. See, that's how the piping comes out. So I finished sewing and I took the inside out. I need to still sew the part I left, like, because that part I couldn't sew it because we need to take it inside out. About 4 inches I left. So now before I do that, I'll take it to the iron and iron it. So it is easier, like, if you don't iron it in every step, the foldings and everything, it's not going to evenly done. Doesn't look very professional. So I'm showing you I took the piping little extra, so I can cut it at the machine when I'm doing it. If you iron it, everything fabric comes out evenly all around, and then it is easier for you to handle it. So since we have the piping here, we need to take care of that, like, by pinning it. That extra piping, I'll cut it out at the sewing machine when I'm doing. Piping kind of like, this goes okay with this color, because since I have it, I used it. I don't want to spend too much on a burp cloth because they need to look cute, but it doesn't mean that. See, I sewed it all around. It looks good now. Ironed it too. After sewing again, I ironed it. It looks cute. It should look cute, but you don't want to spend too much on the burp cloth. When to give a gift, it's okay sometimes, but don't spend too much on it. You can do a lot of things with this, like, some people quilt on it and all that. I don't think it is necessary to do all that. It's just a burp cloth anyway, but we want it cute, so the print itself gives that cuteness. You don't need to too much embellishments. You don't need too many embellishments. It looks good. This is I used 12 by 18. Maybe in the sewing some of it gone, but the rest of it's a nice size. So this one I want to do it like curved edges. This the second one also I ironed it, put the right sides together. Now I'm going to cut the edges. Like I'm showing you, I can use that kind of little lid or box or something round, anything round. I can put it on the edge to make it curve, cut the curve there. But I use this. I have this for the apparel ruler, so I use that one. I just cut it on one side. I don't have to worry about the other sides right now. I don't need the ruler again. I just cut one side. I use that one side to cut the other sides, because that way all of them are even. If I try to use the ruler again, it might be like little here and there slightly. So that's why what I do is I fold it like this way. Vertically, and I just cut this part now, because using the first one I just cut it. I'm not very comfortable with scissors. I really like the roller cutters, because I don't know, a lot of people are not comfortable with roller cutters, but I am. I cannot cut straight with the scissors. I make a lot of mistakes. So now this side is done. Now use that and cut on the other side. So that way all the sides are equally done. If I try to cut using the ruler, I try to cut it every side, I definitely mess it up. This one I'm not using any piping or anything. It's pretty easy. leaving about 3 to 4 inches on one side. Don't leave it on the corners. I would it's easier if you do it on the side which is longer, about 4 inches, and sew all around. Always remember, when you're starting, when you're doing something, you need to take it. In sewing, you always have to backstitch. That's always a, it's not quilting. Quilting, you don't need to do, you don't backstitch in quilting. We don't at all. But here, for any other sewing, like always have to backstitch. I started a starting point backstitch. I put the clip to just remind me so I won't run. I go ahead and sew all around. I start with the from the right side pin and backstitch it, go all around and come here and backstitch there. So if I don't backstitch on in the beginning and end, when I'm removing it, the stitches will come out too. When I'm taking it inside out, the stitches will come too. So stitching is done. I'm not showing you the stitching and ironing part. I take it inside out. Now always like use the ice cream stick or a chopstick to even the edges out. It's very important, otherwise when you we need to top stitch too, so when you top stitch it is not going to be even. So what I did is when I ironed it, I folded the open edge, so inside whatever the seam allowance was like for the rest of it, so that way it is all even, easy to sew it when you iron it on the fold it and iron it on the top, so it is easy to sew. Then I top stitched all around. I went back another row, another round, and top stitched it all around. That's it. Then I ironed it. Now folding it. That's it. It's very easy and a very good gift. The new baby needs a lot of burp cloths. So if you want to gift somebody burp cloths, little blanket, and all these are very easy to make, and people will love it. Thank you for watching. If you like my video, please subscribe. I'll be posting a lot of simple and easy projects. Hope you liked my video. Thank you for watching again.